Hey guys, welcome to day 23. Well done if you stuck with me all this time. It's 23 days of me, so good job. Okay, so I've been doing this 30-day video series for the last 23 days, so we've got 7 to go, and it's all around blogging and how pet businesses can blog for their business and make it a more effective marketing tool that they can use to connect with audiences and bring in more leads and sales. So yeah, I'm Carly and I'm a copywriter and content strategist, and I work specifically with people in the pet industry. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this. Okay, so today, I just wanted to talk about a few tips on how to self-edit your blog posts so that they're the best that they can possibly be. Because not all of us can just afford an editor to look over every piece of content we create. If we're writing blog posts for ourselves, we have to do this kind of stuff ourselves. So here are a few tips to do that, to make sure that they don't have mistakes and all that nonsense. So it starts with planning ahead with your structure. So if you joined me for one of my previous videos, I was talking about how to structure your articles with headline, intro, and then 4 or 5 subheads, and bullet pointing or writing a little list of main points in each of those areas, just to make it easier to structure your post. So this will save you lots and lots of time if you structure your post initially as well, because you have focus and you know what you're speaking about, and you know that it's going to have a logical flow throughout the entire thing. So always plan ahead first, because it'll save you headaches later down the road. So when you've finished your first draft, always come back to it. Don't try and start editing straight away, because you will miss all of those mistakes. We tend to become blind when we've been looking at a certain piece of content for a long time. So always, if you can, come back to it the next day, or just go away for a couple of hours and then come back and start editing. So always come back to it, never start editing straight away. Another great tip is to read your post aloud, because when you're reading your post aloud, you can really get the flow of your content. And then if there's anything that's kind of out of flow, you'll experience that kind of hiccup when you're reading it. Just won't flow as you expect. So always read it aloud, because you can really drill into those mistakes that you've made in your copy. Okay, next is remove any filler words. So these are really words that add fluff to your content, and they're a very roundabout way of getting your point across. So you're not getting your point across in as few words as possible, which is what you should be trying to do. It should be clear and concise. So think about each of your sentences and think about how you can make them pack more of a punch with fewer words. So do that in the self-editing process. Another tip is to listen to the rhythm of your copy. So there is a musicality to content when you're writing blog posts. You do not want all of your sentences to be very, very long, because that just gets boring and very tedious for people to read. So you want to break it up with longer, mid and short sentences. So it just breaks up that flow, because otherwise it would be very, very monotonous with very long sentences or very short sentences for that matter. So be sure to mix it up. Always mix it up. Okay, always avoid weak verbs and adjectives. think about finding alternatives to words that don't bring anything to the party. So instead of saying she is very clean, say she is immaculate. Or instead of it's very high, say it's astronomical. These power words really pack more of a punch than these very weak verbs and adjectives. So instead of he walks in the shadows, he skulks in the shadows. You see how that invites a very powerful picture in the reader's mind. Words are very powerful things, so use them well. So, okay, we're done. So that's it. They are my tips for self-editing your blog post. So I hope that the next time you're writing a blog post, you can go back to it and it'll be the best it can possibly be from now on with those tips. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. And any comments about self-editing, stick those below. I'll get back to you later. And awesome, hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 24. Bye.